Hey, it's Jacqueline from the CTS Sports Room, coming to you from my car. Because it's Christmas time, and my house is full of people, and I told them I was going grocery shopping, but really, I just needed a break. So I downloaded this new app that we just partnered with. It's SuperDraft Pro. It is the future of fantasy sports. And you can play for cash, prizes, and experiences that money can't buy. Like the peace and quiet I'm getting right now. You can play for free, or you can get their non-gambling subscription. Either way, you can still win cash and prizes. If you want more information, my friend Kyle Murray is going to tell you about it.
It's not easy being the fastest quarterback you've never seen. I'll be right back. There's no quicker way to get into DFS. Play Super Draft today and see for yourself.
SuperDraft Pro and Caesars Entertainment are bringing you the future of fantasy sports. So, if you want to play like a champion or need a break from the family, download SuperDraft Pro today. Play like a champion. Information will be in the link below.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, we're back. What's up, Clemson Tom? What's up, Stingray?
Y'all doing okay?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. Clemson Tom, how you holding up?
I'm all right. Did you get new glasses?
No, I did not. These are the ones I just found. Did you get a new hairline?
No, it's the same one that God gave. No,
Oh,
those
okay,
are new
well,
glasses.
So what?
Those are new glasses.
What's wrong with your sound? Why can't I hear you?
I wish I couldn't see you. Those are new glasses. Did you get those for Christmas?
My Christmas was being away from you for a little bit.
Who bought you the glasses?
Huh?
Who bought you the new glasses?
This ain't new.
Those are new.
No,
I
they're not
see you
new.
once a week. Those
They're
are
not new. They're not new.
Yeah. Those are the same
They're
glasses you
not
wear every
new.
week.
No, these are new right here. You see these? These are new. No, I'm sorry, wrong glasses. These are new. These ain't new.
7-Eleven?
Huh?
You get them from 7-Eleven?
What are we gonna talk football? Or are we gonna talk about my sunglasses?
No,
for
we're
Christmas, I was
actually
hoping you
gonna
put up in your
do-
blinds.
We're actually going to talk a little bit real quick, Joey, about who is coming on, and I actually have a quick little video to show to
Oh crap! Stingray got that
the
8
show
now.
on 3rd and 3 tonight. Tell everybody who have on. Joey,
Tonight
go
we
ahead,
got
man.
I'm talking. Look, tonight we got Vince Papale coming on tonight. He's gonna talk about what was real in the movie and what was pretend on the movie. He's gonna talk about his good friend that passed away. We got a lot of good stuff coming on tonight, and it's gonna be a fun night. We're gonna talk about Clemson Tom's favorite team. We're gonna talk about the Alabama University going to the national championship. It's gonna be a fun night tonight.
It's called the University of Alabama. Yeah, I'm in a lot of backdraft.
Man, shut up.
So
Anyway, let's get started, Stingray.
So let's go on ahead real quick before we get into the national championship talk and get your thoughts over there, Clemson Tom, about the Clemson Iowa State game. And if memory serves me correctly, you actually went to that game, correct?
Yes, went to the game. Wasn't packed. Loved it. We didn't play our best game. We won. We won the Cheez It Bowl. The bowl I knew we were going to go to all year. All year long. Cheez It Bowl. That was our goal. Love Cheez-Its. It was in Orlando, which is great. I was 30 minutes away.
I want to go ahead and congratulate Clemson. I know I didn't have no faith in y'all this season, but y'all proved that y'all We're fighters, and now I'm going to say here first, Clemson football will be in contentions for a national championship next season. You heard it here first, because you saw how they were the underdogs all season long, and you saw how they fought. And I'm telling you, you can shake your head, but you've been wrong all season, Stingray. Clemson football will be Clemson. Yes, you have. You have. You've been wrong about Alabama. You've been wrong about a lot of things this season. And this year, this coming up year, it was going to be a good season. Just like this season wasn't a bad season for Clemson. They had a young team. And, you know, I was there talking a lot of trash. Well, I wasn't talking trash. I was talking facts. However, this coming up season is going to be the season that Clemson is going to be a threat to not only Alabama football, LSU will be a threat. Florida will be a threat. And, of course, Oklahoma is always a threat, but they always choke. But
can I remind you of one little thing? And Clemson Tom can actually back me up on this. The person who actually states the facts both said that Alabama and Florida was going to have a rematch in Atlanta. And who was wrong there, my friend? That would be
you was right one time.
You over there, my friend, because I said it was going to be Georgia.
You was right one time.
Yeah, but I mean, you said I was wrong all season.
But
I was
okay,
right.
You're 1 in 25. Congratulations, buddy.
Leave Stingray alone. He's the best thing going on this.
You hush your mouth before I come to Orlando and whoop your ass.
What's with the LSU shirt?
Because actually tonight we actually have one more bowl game right after us at 8 o'clock Central on ESPN. The Fighting LSU Tigers take on the Kansas State out of the Big 12. So that's going to be a really good game in the Texas Bowl tonight. Oh, and let me remind you, because of the opt-outs, LSU is down to 39 scholarship players, but unlike Texas A&M, they are not opting out of this bowl. They will play tonight.
You know who didn't opt out? Tigers.
What now? Yes.
Clemson didn't opt out.
And guys, real quick, I want to ask y'all this, because everybody is saying that there are too many bowl games out there. I disagree with that, because here is the reason why. Here's the reason I disagree with that. Go ask Bill Clark and UAB how awesome it was to get the biggest win in program history when they knocked off number 13 BYU. If there wasn't a bowl game, BYU would not, I repeat, would not schedule UAB because they're afraid of them. That is why I tell you there are not too many bowl games. Tom?
I would agree. I like the bowl games.
Joey, you there?
Yeah, I like the bowl games too. I don't get to watch all of them, but you know, it's different for fans and players and coaches. You know, fans, we love the sport, so we're going to want to watch as much as college football and much football in general. Like when the football season's over, guess what I'm watching? I'm watching arena football. I'm watching CFL. I'm going to watch old football games. So for me personally, I love football. I'm going to watch football just like when I love professional wrestling. I'm going to watch Peacock and watch old wrestling events, and I'm going to watch boxing. Like I love watching old boxing, like Marvin Hagler and Oscar De La Hoya and Phoenix Trinidad. So it's a lot of stuff that I like to watch, and that's old. But as for the bowl games, but for players, you got to understand. I understand when the coaches are making $20 million a year and the players, about to make $20 million a year, they don't want to get hurt. But of course, people like to criticize the players about, not playing. Okay, but you know what? They got to look out for themselves. They got to look out for their career. And as a fan, we're not the ones making $20 million. So we don't have the right to criticize people that are making those decisions. Do you agree, Tom?
And here's another, and I'll add to that point. You don't opt out, and then look what happened to Matt Corral against Baylor in the Sugar Bowl. So, I mean, should he have opted out? I mean, he wanted to play. but now he hurt his ankle. So
I don't see fans criticizing the coaches when they opt out of their last 2 games of the season to go to another team for more money. You know,
How bad is his ankle?
It's just a sprain, but
Oh,
still,
so he's okay.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a sprained ankle. D1 football, Sting.
I know.
Put some ice on it, man.
All right,
He probably
guys.
still could have played.
Well, real quick, I do want to get to this before we get to our guest. Do y'all know what today is the anniversary of? I talked to both of y'all about it.
Nick Saban coming to Alabama.
No.
Horns down.
No. Actually, the Horns and Vince Young won that game.
Oh,
I don't care. Still horns down.
Sting, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that later on. Let's talk about that later on. Let's get to our guests.
Okay.
Go ahead and invite. Go ahead and give us a proper introduction to the man, the myth, the legend.
That's all you, my friend, because you've had him on here before. You've had him on here before on the CTS.
Your internet. I'm telling you right now. You need to.
You
need to.
You've interviewed him before.
Whoa. You really need to upgrade from 8 Mile internet to like whatever internet company that you live in, because M&M is jealous of your internet right now.
Get some new blinds.
Sorry about that.
Leave Sting alone.
Get a new hairline. Shut up.
I can't. I was born with this. It looks good,
right. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the man that inspired the movie Invincible, the one and only Vince Papale.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Vince, how you doing today?
How you doing? Welcome to
doing good,
South.
sir.
Welcome to nice, warm, cozy Jupiter, Florida, man. It's all good down here.
Jupiter?
Yeah.
I'm an hour away from you.
Where are you at? Let's go.
Orlando.
All right, an hour. What are you driving, a NASCAR?
I'm driving fast. I'm driving fast, buddy.
I bet you are. I'm
It's
going to
about
follow
an
you
hour and a
there.
half.
You weren't driving fast. You weren't driving fast through Virginia last night. That's for damn sure.
Oh, gosh, no.
I'm telling you.
That's why I'm in Florida. No snow.
Nothing. None of that stuff. And my son's, he can't wait to get down here. He's up there. He's in Philly. They're all excited about this big Cowboys game that's coming up on Sunday.
How do you feel about the Cowboys?
Saturday night.
How do you feel about the Cowboys?
What about them?
Do you like them?
Yeah, come on, man. I'm a Philadelphia.
I saw the movie, Vince.
Yeah.
That was a game.
Hey, that was cool. We took over the stadium. Jerry Jones got my kids. It's a funny story. We were filming a movie, right? We took a weekend when they filmed the Cowboy scenes. We took over their stadium, and Mark had a golf cart, and he's driving around with my kids. My son Vinny was about 7 years old there. My daughter Gabby was 10. So they're driving around the stadium on the outside as they're resetting up to the set, whatever they're doing. And Jerry Jones runs in Mark, and he says, "Hey, are these your kids?" He said, No. He said, "They're Papale." He said, "Come here, let's go." And they took him into the Cowboys store and geared them all up in this Cowboy stuff. And then he came right down the ramp and all this Cowboys. It was great. But I'll tell you what, I'm doing a really cool thing. Not to compete against you guys, but I'm going to be with Emmitt Smith live for the first quarter of the game, which will be pretty cool. So we're going to be commenting on the game and talking about the rivalry between the Cowboys and the Eagles. And, hey, you guys, I mean, I guess, who's going to wind up with a national championship there? I mean, it's going to be a heck of a matchup. Can Georgia pull this off, or is it Bama all the way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we all know Alabama's going to win because that's what they do. They're a bunch of winners. But speaking of,
they're as close to a pro team as you could possibly get, for crying out loud. That poor Cincinnati. Poor Cincinnati, man. They had the third stringer tackles coming in their 350. And they were all state.
Speaking of winners, you know about being a winner. Let's talk a little bit about the movie. Of course, Stingray gave the secret away. I've interviewed you before, back when I was using my cell phone for a camera. That was very, very in the very beginning. You was nice enough. You were one of those people that was nice enough to give a small YouTuber a chance. People like you, Jim Morris, Jermaine Funnyman Johnson, people that would, give us an opportunity. And I was always appreciative of you and those other guys. But if y'all didn't see that interview, go back and watch it. You make fun of the graphics and everything. So with the movie and all, what was real, what was fake, what was creative writing, if you will.
Well, it was interesting. First of all, the whole process and how it got started, and they had called me in 2002, and I was always called the real live Rocky, and which was pretty cool, and that sort of gave me some sort of an identity. And then when Rocky the movie turned 25 in 2002, the NFL decided to do a feature on me comparing me to Rocky. So that's how the whole thing led, and they showed that feature on Monday Night Football. The late great Stuart Scott, my teammate Ron Jaworski, they were the pregame guys, which was really cool, and they were busting my chops. And then they showed the feature. The next day, we're getting called by Hollywood, and then you get assigned. And finally, we wind up with Ken Mock, who did America's Next Top Model. That was his big thing, but he was one of the first guys to do reality TV for MTV. And he says, let's give us a little bit of a little different of a flavor, and how we're going to do this movie. And so they brought in Brad Gann, who wrote the Oscar De La Hoya story, and that was out. And he became the screenwriter, and they wrote a script, which I have right in my other room, which is pretty cool because the original script was a little bit different than how the movie turned out. Because I went out to California to meet with the guys, and we had done all the script writing over the phone. We didn't have FaceTime. We didn't have all this stuff that we have right now, the access with Google and the computers. This was happening a few years ago. And anyway, most everything was done over the phone. And then I got a chance to meet them personally out in L.A., and we're in Venice Beach, actually. And then there was, my arms were flying all over the place. I had a couple Bloody Marys. I was telling some stories, and they added them into the movie. So here, to answer your question, the thing we wanted to make sure is we captured the journey. So the journey is, it's all about the dream. It's anybody's dream, and it's the willingness to pay the price to have that dream come true. And what are you going to do? What's the price to be paid? So, and I was willing to do that. And, for those who don't know the real story, I was 30 years old, didn't play college football, played 1 year of high school football, played semi-pro football, a little bit in the World Football League, but I had no NFL experience. And, coming in at 30 years old, undrafted free agent. Dick Vermeil had a free agent tryout back then, and I was that one guy left standing after 300 people. And I wound up, after the second year getting voted captain of the team. So, they didn't take it all the way back. I know you had Jim Morris on, and what I liked, because Jim, the same people that did our movie did Miracle, did Rookie, and the underdog right now, the one that's out just came out. The same guy did our movie, did that movie, and they had a little bit different approach. But here's what they did with me. They didn't pick up the back part of my life where I was a full-time school teacher at my alma mater training for the Olympic trials in the decathlon. I was trying to qualify for that. I was the head track coach, assist football coach, working my master's degree. And I was doing all that for 6 years, and it didn't happen for whatever reason. And so I just decided I'm just going to start messing around, playing some football, and I wind up in the NFL with this free agent tryout. So they didn't put that package together because they thought it might have cluttered up the real story, And it wasn't like it wasn't true. It's just that they picked it up with Jim Morris. They went all the way back to the days when he was with his father.
Uh-oh.
With that. And, and all the stuff that's going on at my home. And I had teachers and coaches who were my mentors, which that's what sort of led me to become a full-time school teacher. And the other thing, but they did capture the journey. All the football stuff, everything is all there. That was right on the money. You could take some of the film when it was done in 76 or 77, and you could put it side by side because like they did with Miracle, they also did the movie Miracle, my guys, or our guys. And but the one thing was my wife, she just came walking through here with the dog. And I said, come on out. But I don't know if you can see over the shoulder, there's that jersey that says USA on it. She wore that jersey for the United States in gymnastics back in the early 70s. And she was a member of the world team, along with Kathy Rigby, who everybody remembers Kathy Rigby. And in the original script, they had her as that. as a world-class gymnast. And what they thought maybe that's a little bit too strong of a personality for my interest, for my love interest. So the NFL, in order to get their endorsement so we could get their branding rights, suggested, and we really needed the NFL's branding rights, suggested, why don't you make her a Giants fan? So they asked me, I asked her, let's have fun with it. Yeah, make her a Giants fan. And she went to Penn State, and she grew up in Philly. And so she signed off immediately. And then they said, well, let's make her a bartender because her uncle really owns a bar. And in the movie, it was her uncle. And it went like that. So that was the other big play. But, that was maybe 10, 15%. The thing is if you look at it, and it's all about the dream and the capturing the dream and paying the price. And, you get your 3 acts, act 1, act 2, act 3, and you just go through up and down. But in the end, I wind up making the team and I wind up marrying the lady. And we've been married beautifully 28 years. So it's all good. Good. Down here in
let's talk about your relationship with Dennis, your close friend that was a roommate.
Yeah.
He recently passed away. I was actually in community. Yeah. He also wrote a book.
That's him right there. That's the book that we wrote called The Last Laugh. He was too small to play in the NFL, and I was too old. And we created what's called the Victor's Code, from vision to victory, with vehemence and vitality and some other fun stuff in between. And got some real heavyweights to come in and be a part of it and tell their story through our Victor's Code. But that's my man Dennis, and I miss him. It's been 10 weeks since we lost him, and I miss him dearly. He was my brother. And
if y'all don't remember him in the movie, he was Vince's roommate. He played for Michigan. Yeah, he was. I mean, it's a touching. If you know the true story between Vince and Dennis and the real relationship they had, it was very close by. It's kind of like me and Stingray. We're that tight brothers. Look at Stingray. Stingray's like, what the hell are you talking about? But anyway, tell us about Dennis and in real life.
Well, he was all about life. The guy, he was a great musician. And if you went to his house, he lived in Cornelius, North Carolina, right outside of Charlotte, right outside of Moorestown. So when I used to, in the beginning when we're down here, I would drive down a lot and I would stop and see and hang out with him, and he had a garage band, but man, he could do everything. He was just the life of the party. As soon as Dennis walked into the room, you knew he was in the room. He had this big laugh, bigger than life kind of a laugh. Yeah, one of these kinds of things. And he was a good dancer, and he would just, I don't know what blood was running through his, but it just never stopped pumping. And during the movie, I could have never made the team without him. He couldn't have made the team without me. We had each other's back, and we're constantly driving each other to get to that next level, and in a positive way. And I owe everything to Dennis Franks in terms of that respect. So we lost him. He just thank God he went quick, and he didn't suffer. But I had seen him just a week before. I did my rundown coming down through Cornelius. I drove down, spent some time, and it was a little bit weird. He says, he said, Vin, I'm a little bit off. He said, you wouldn't be pissed off at me because we used to, I go down there. His wife would make a big boy dinner, all this big boy stuff. We were the big boys still, right? And Nancy was so great. And he just said, and then we, have a few beers, maybe polish a little bourbon off and smoke a cigar, and he says, hey man, I'm not feeling it tonight. And he was supposed to fly down here and get some tests done, and he didn't get here, and we lost him. So one of the toughest things I had to do was to do the eulogy for him. And Dick Vermeil, thank God Dick Vermeil was there, my coach, and, who gave him the opportunity. But man, I tell you what, just the moral of that story is just appreciate everything and all your friends you have, and whomever, whatever they are. If they mean something to you, you let them know how much they mean to you. Let them know now, because you just never know. And we found out. So, but we both got the last laugh, and there was a picture taken that's in the Hall of Fame, and it's called The Last Laugh. Come on, John, get in here. I'm going to introduce you to the gymnast. This is the one that wears that jersey over there. This is Janet. Say hi to the boys who's doing it. Right?
Hi.
Ma'am, can I tell you something? Elizabeth Banks did not do you justice.
Oh, you're being kind. She's much better. I'm an old hag.
Yeah, she's good. But this is the one. So Janet, yeah, we're 28 years. We got 2 great kids, and you know, our daughter Gabrielle went to Syracuse. She lives down here with us. And the Bandit's just walking in. He decided to join us here, and he's our rescue dog. We got out of right around the corner from Appalachian State. And my son Vinny is a ball player. That's his jersey he wore right over my shoulder for the USA when they played Canada. He made the USA team in high school. Yeah. So he's coming down trying to get ready for the new USFL. He played in the spring league, had a contract with the Alouettes, and then they canceled the season. So you know, he's chasing his dream and trying to get his butt into the NFL. So it's pretty exciting around here right now.
I got kind of a different question because I'm a foodie at the end of the day. And obviously in Philly, you got 2 spots where you're going to get a cheesesteak.
Right.
So yeah, which, I mean, seriously, I know there's 2 different, they do the 2 different cheeses. I've done all my research on them. I get it. But it's your last cheesesteak ever. Where are you going?
Well, my last cheesesteak ever, I'm not going there. And I have nothing wrong with them because I go there. I go to Pacino's all the time when I'm down in Philly. Staple. But y'all saw the movie? See the movie? The guy with the green cape that got knocked on his ass, and he says, "I'm in the best shape of my life," and he's drinking a beer. That guy's name is Tony Luke. Well, I'll tell you what, he's got one of the best steak and pork, roast pork, and some, oh my God, broccoli rabe and some of the cheeses he puts there. And the cheesesteaks you can't imagine. So I would go to Tony Luke's. That's my spot because I see my boy Tony there. But after Gino's, it's a toss-up. It depends whether you like your steaks chopped or up a little bit. You know, you got to get it wet. You know, you got to get it with cheese. And
yes.
Yeah. And if you don't know what to say when you get up there, I'm going to kick your butt out of line. Hey, get out of here. Get back in the line. You know, I mean, hey, yo, how you doing? You know, they all have that Rocky thing. It's great, man. It's a great part of the town. In the original movie, there's a football field right across the street. There's a softball field right across the street from there, and basketball courts. And as I was taking Disney around to different places when we were going to try to, where we're going to shoot the movie, where they're going to set up the scenes and this and that, I took them to Pat's and Gino's, and they loved it. But there was one problem: is Pat's and Gino's wasn't there in '76 when I was playing, so they couldn't block it out. So they had what they did is that one scene that they had with the cheesesteak place was a place that was actually what they call Passyunk Avenue. I mean, it's so Philadelphia, Passyunk Avenue, and you know, the Mummers Parade. It's so great. Philly's a great town, man. Great sports town. And they're pretty jacked up about this game on Saturday, but. Yeah, I'd say Pastor Gino's. You got to try them both. You know, and they're all great people, and they contribute a lot to the city.
I got you. Now you're also in Jupiter, so
yeah,
the restaurant I've been wanting to try. My son is on travel golf, so we travel all over the country. About to be international travel here, and obviously I gotta try Tiger Woods' spot down there. Have you eaten there?
Which one, the Woods?
Yeah, the Woods.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, right across the street from the Wyndham. Yeah, that's one of the first places I went down there. When I came down here, to talk to a speaking engagement for the police, police survivors, and they put me up the Wyndham, and right across the street is the Woods. I'm looking out and I'm, whoa, that's the Woods. Is that like Tiger? Yeah. That's a great spot to go to. You know, it's like a sports bar. You know, there's the 1000 North, which is Michael Jordan and 20 of his other buddies, you know, got into that. So they got that one up there. That's at 1000 North. There's a place for my daughter's right now, you know, she's having dinner there. But the Evo, Namath lives right around the corner, you know, that's another great if you like Italian. But there's so many great places around here. You know, golf courses like you can. I just played on a Pete. It ate me a freaking
you throw a rock and hit a beautiful one. Yeah, it's a gift and a curse living in Florida.
Yeah, it is.
Play golf, just turn your head. It's like,
yeah, I'm at Turtle Creek right here. So that's
okay, I know exactly where you are. Nice, yeah.
Ricky comes in here, and you know, Burgers here, and Ernie Else comes, and let's see, Brandon Grace just popped in, from South Africa, just bought a house around the corner. So,
Nice.
yeah, but we belong to Tequesta. If you know some of the courses,
I do.
More,
yeah, we play a lot of
those
those
more
courses.
my level. Yep.
Yeah, we lose a lot of balls at Turtle Creek.
Hey man, you come in this neighborhood, you gotta let me know. We'll hang out down without.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hole 7. There's some water. I think it's hole 7. And for some reason, the water and my son's golf ball are like magnets. No matter what happens, he can be hitting it his best day, but on that hole, for some reason,
that's it, huh?
it goes the water. I think it's hole 7. I could be wrong. But
yeah, it's right there because it knows. It knows like the water's for a little snack.
Yeah, probably. Now, with the movie, I never thought I'd ever interview you here on the show. It's one of my favorite movies just because it's such a good storyline.
Mine too.
Obviously, yeah, I would think so. Yeah, like with the storyline and everything else, there was like a few things in there. They're like, now that you're on here, I can ask these kinds of questions. Like when I know it wasn't Mark Wahlberg that was doing all of the stunts,
right?
And we had a wide receiver from Florida on. I can't think of his name, and we were actually talking about the movie. Chris Doring, yes. A Gator receiver was also Travis McGriff. Travis McGriff, that was his name. He was doing some of the stunts. Now, with all that kind of going in, and earlier you said you kept it pretty much in line. I mean, were you guys looking at game tape, or was it one of those things where they're like, Vince, what happened with the scene, especially with the punt? When you made the huge play right there. Was that more of a game film, or was it more of an experience?
They looked at some game film, and then I set up the second unit. So the guys in the second unit were the football players. So the guys who the Arena Football League players, the guys that were either in the training camp players or the guys with pro uniforms on, they were all active Arena Football League players. And some were former NFL players that were out of their dome, but they were just out of the NFL. So the contact and the banging was intense. And it was hot. We were filming those scenes in the middle of July and the beginning of August on turf and in mud. And then there were a lot of scuffles going on. It was pretty cool. And you were talking about the wide receivers. So there were 4 or 5 body doubles. And Mark, one of the reasons Mark was so great for the scene or for the movie is because he insisted on playing. You go up on YouTube and you'll see an interview with me and Mark on YouTube, and it talks about how banged up he got when he was doing the movie. And there's that one scene where he's running up the sideline. He just got spanked. And the guy that hit him was an Arena League guy. He thought he was going to get kicked off the set. And Mark said it's just the way he wanted it to be. But, the McGriff, the receiver you were talking about, there was this one catch where Mark goes up, Mark Me goes up and he catches the ball and he comes down and almost breaks his knee. That was him. And a couple of others, but they didn't use the body doubles all that much. There were guys around. One guy ran like me because Mark had a little bit different stride than me. So if they're going to do a close-up, they would do that. Another one had the hair coming out of the neck, like the mane that everybody had back then, which was pretty chill. And they had a helmet like that, so they would do that. And then they had the catcher, and then they had Mark. But I worked with Mark for 2 weeks prior to the shooting of the movie and ran routes with him and showed him, all the different things. I put him through all the passing drills that we did. And he was a gifted athlete. He's a very gifted athlete. He's just really a nice guy, and he's an athlete, and he just wanted to learn. And we had some great times. We still do, I'm still very close friends with Mark. So, it's all good. Great relationship. But the body doubles were there. There was another cool thing, too. The guys in Rough Touch, aside from the actors, and there were about 6 or 8 actors in there in the Rough Touch scenes and the mud scenes, the other guys were first responders, Philadelphia Police Department and Fire Department. So that was pretty cool how they put them in there.
That's pretty cool. I have like a little Vince Papale, or how you pronounce your last name?
Papale or Papale, it depends. If you're coming from Italy, it's Papale, Papale. And, in the movie, they did it 3 ways: Papale, Papale, and Papale. So they got it all.
Oh, there you go.
And they went to town. You know what you call me, just call me, right? So
I'll just call you Vince.
That works.
I had an opportunity to walk onto the Arena team. And,
really? Which one?
And Tampa Bay Storm.
No, really?
And so I played slot receiver. I don't look it now, but this was thousands of carbs to go, but it ended up making it. But those cats don't give them any like health insurance, and it was horrible. And I got a job offer in Gainesville, and so I had to take it, healthcare and better pay.
Not a bad spot to be at.
My wife will not let me say I was a professional football player, but at the end of the day, my name was on a sheet. I signed my name. I'm good to go. But I never got paid though. But it was fun.
No, really? Well, I never got paid for my semi-pro days. You know what they gave me? They gave me a 6-pack of Budweiser after every game, and I got one. Yeah. No,
I'm still claiming it though.
Back then.
Good deal.
Yeah, it was all
Sting,
good.
you got anything?
I do, actually. I actually have a couple of questions about today. Obviously, you love the game of football. So, if you were a high school athlete coming out and you could go to any program with any scheme right now, where would you go and what coach would you love to play for?
I'd love to play for Doug Peterson, and we know he just interviewed for Jacksonville. Where would I go? I'd go to Tampa. I love Bruce Arians, and man, you got to go. That's your quarterback, but you got to be ready. You know, be prepared, and you know, if you make a mistake, he's going to be at you. You know, but,
what college would you go to?
What college would I go to? Hey, that's a great question, man. I'll tell you what. I went to St. Joe's. We didn't have college football then. I wanted a track scholarship. Where the heck would I like to go right now?
If you want to play for like a really good coach that's going to teach you the game, and we all know
Nick Saban.
I mean, come on.
You go to Nick Saban.
Nick Saban's he's going to treat you bad.
You know what?
You're more of a Dabo guy.
You shut up, Clemson Tom.
Yeah.
He's a Dabo kind of guy.
Dabo to me is just there's something about Dabo. So I met him when he came into Philly a few years ago for an award. I've spent a weekend with him, and then I ran into him at the draft when the draft was up in Philadelphia, and he was just the nicest, to me, most genuine guy. I know Doug Peterson very well, and his son goes to Clemson. They love Dabo. So I think if I were going anywhere, it'd be Clemson and Dabo.
Hey, Vince, Dabo will pay you more, too.
Good pick.
Dabo will pay you more.
Yeah. Well, now with the NIL, he might.
Clemson pays the players.
Alabama paid. Not as much as Alabama, though.
Trust me, Vince. Vince, you get paid a lot more at Clemson. You made a good pick.
I don't know nothing about that. What else do you want to know about today's game?
Okay. All right. So you obviously are a huge football fan. We've already talked about that. So I'm going to put you on the spot. You talked about it a little bit earlier. Monday night, Georgia gets the rematch and revenge possibly against Alabama. Who are you picking, the Crimson Tide or the Georgia Bulldogs?
Well, I had to go with the Dogs right now. I like the underdog. It's as simple as that. So Dogs. So dog squared. Plus the guy right next to me over here, he played baseball. He's a commentator on TV, and I can't, you know. If they don't win, he's all over me on TV. So, but now I like both programs. You know, smart. I wasn't crazy about how he acted after the first half of the game. You know, with the quarter. You know, that was sort of nutty. That could have been safe for the locker room. But,
yes.
You know, I'll root for the Dogs only because of the underdog thing. You know, and yes. Nothing against Saban, nothing against Alabama, but yes. I'll root for the Dogs.
And my last question, I have to ask this. Since you are calling and doing the game this weekend, in your opinion, is Philadelphia a team that you think could get red hot in the playoffs and end up in the Super Bowl?
Oh, that's a stretch. I'll tell you what. Yeah, anything can happen, and I'm going to just leave it at that. And because look at me and look at my story. And, you know, it's almost like in hockey, you get that hot goalie, and yes. Who knows what's going to happen. But, you know, Jalen Hurts, and you got a great backup in Gardner Minshew. We got from Jacksonville, who happens to be rooming with my son Vinny in my house in Philadelphia, which broke after that game. That was pretty cool. But, hey, anything can happen. But, you know, one thing you got to be mistake free, and you can't have some of your big guys right now. They've got 10 guys in COVID right now, but you know, you got to stay healthy, and that's another thing. Boy, that's a factor that nobody could ever possibly imagine back in the day. I mean, can you? What is going on here? You know, it is insane. I just, wow, are you kidding me? And hey, it is what it is, and you got to deal with it. So, but anything can happen. So, okay, just didn't get back to Philly. So.
Yes. Well,
I won't be part of the game. It's just me and Emmett. There's another guy, man. I'll tell you what. Emmitt Smith was the enemy of Philadelphia, and he came in for the Maxwell Award as the top pro athlete, and I'm on the Maxwell board. Ron Jaworski was our president, and he came in. I tell you what, he was so humble. He was polite. He signed autographs for everybody, and the Emmitt Smith that, you know, and the Drew Pearsons and the Michael Irvings, you know, and the guys, the Too Tall Joneses, and I know all these guys now, and just the greatest group of guys I could possibly imagine. So I'm going to be doing that first quarter with them, similar to what the brothers are doing, you know, in the ESPN games, which is pretty cool.
Right.
Vince, before we let you go, we got one question from the audience. What did all you think about the Steelers game last night? Who do you see being the next Steelers quarterback? Vince?
Oh, my God, I really don't know. I have no clue who that next Steelers quarterback's going to be. You know, Roethlisberger's gone. I know that. You know, that was interesting. It was a good way for him to go out. And, you know, not without win, and that's important. And obviously, it was funny. Right before you called, before I came in here, the podiatrist for the Eagles had given me a call because he was telling me he was going to be coming down next week. You know, he's the guy doing Eagles. He says, I had this trip planned, and the first job that he had was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he said, could you imagine? I'm in that locker room with Rocky Blyer. I got the quarterback, you know, you know, Mean Joe Green. And he says, here I am, 24 years old. And these guys, look at them now, they're all Hall of Famers, you know. So Terry Bradshaw, which I'm better than that. Whomever, you know, Pittsburgh is quite a franchise and something to be very proud of. But I'm not really tuned into what's going on out there in Pittsburgh. So, hey, let the best man win.
Well, listen, Vince is a very busy man. It's always an honor to have you on the show. Vince, you know you're part of the CTS family. You're probably one of the longest members of the CTS family. We love you. We love Invincible. Tell your wife thank you for making a cameo because no matter what she says, she is a very gorgeous woman. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Vince Papale. Sting, that was a great exit.
Thanks, brother.
What Sting?
I've got to say one thing to Vince. I hope that you have a very happy and prosperous new year, my friend.
Thank you very much. Y'all, too. Have an invincible, kick-ass 22. You know that. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
See you guys. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
That's how you close it out, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
I
should have let you do it.
What y'all know about it?
I should have let you do it. I'm sorry, Sting.
You're fine, man. It's all good. But, dude, we did want, you know, he was nice enough to come on, so we do need to wish him a very happy New Year. So.
Spencer! It's Spencer. Ladies, Clemson Tom. Spencer.
What?
Check him out.
Man, the Clemson Tom, the best burger in Clemson is the pepper jack and jalapeno burger at Sardi's Den. If you like your steak burger, no, I would agree with that, Spencer. Yeah, that's a damn good burger, dude.
Spencer, where you been, man? We miss you. I know we took a break, but damn. We had other shows.
Dude, he's been on there commenting like every single show.
Man,
yeah, you're like, where have you been? And he's like, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, he is a super fan, bro.
Man, you know, but no, he's not a fan. He's no, Spencer's not a fan. He's part of the family. Spencer, you are part of the CTS family.
I said a super fan.
He's not a fan. He's not. He's part of the family.
Yes.
That's our guy.
Well, since he's part of the family, can he like pitch in and get you some new blinds?
Man, he's gonna pitch in. Stings. God, will you stop sucking up the Clemson Tom? He's not that funny.
He's not sucking up. I'm being honest.
Bro.
Go make him a montage.
Seriously.
Go make him another.
You want to see what real blinds look like?
These blinds are $100.
Look at these.
Those are curtains. Those are shower curtains. Those are shower curtains.
It's not shower curtains, but
okay. All right. Tell me
life,
what.
baby.
What, Sting? What's up?
I'm one of those 12 kids when you start paying some rent. Damn. What are you?
That boy's right here, bro.
Oh, those are nice.
Those are nice. Those are $200 blinds.
You damn right.
That's at least $500-$600. That's $500-$600 blinds right there, baby.
Damn right.
Yeah, I'm combining on my $100 blinds.
That's what you need. Look. They're nice. See, just upgrade your lifestyle, baby. That's all.
Yeah, I got to invest. I got to stop being poor. I got to invest in myself.
What you need to do, what you need to do is start collecting rent payment from all them children y'all got. I know you loved your wife and you loved her a lot. You got like 12 kids going on there. I went to Joey's house. I thought it was old Mother Hubbard. It's all these people. All these kids like living in a shoe. I go to Joey's house. He's like, CT, you hungry? I'm like, yeah, man. You want me to grab you a snack in the kitchen? He's like, cupboard's bare, bro. Cupboard's bare. I was like, nah. I go in his kitchen, open it up. Bro, ain't nothing in there. He didn't have a Christmas tree, little Debbie cookie, nothing. It was bad.
All he had was some old porridge, bro.
Not even the porridge. The porridge bowl was empty.
Sting.
So, man, we're really going to miss you.
He loves his
wife.
He loves his wife. He loves her a lot.
Listen, before we get to the Rose Bowl, let's talk about the upcoming game against Alabama and Georgia. All right. Here's the deal.
Georgia's coming out swinging. I'm sorry. Georgia's coming out swinging. You see me against Michigan? Okay. They put Michigan on their ass.
Oh, Spencer, don't help them out. He's not
changing it to red.
Honestly, look over his shoulder. Look over his shoulder. Look over his shoulder. It's already there. He's super fan number 99 over here. He goes to bed. He's like, Tua Tagovailoa, I miss you. And he goes to bed, holding like a pillow.
I was a Jalen Hurts fan, to be honest with you. But anyway.
Hey.
Listen, whoa. We don't got a lot, fellas. We don't got a lot of time. We got 12 minutes. So
we got plenty of time to get on Amazon and send you some new blinds. Prime, baby. I get them there tomorrow.
We got 12 minutes. So, okay. So here's the thing about Alabama fans right now. Look, I'm personally going for Alabama. I want Alabama to win. I don't want nobody to make no. I picked since the beginning of the year. I picked Alabama to win the national championship, and I'm one game away from being right.
That's shocking.
I'm one game away from being right. Okay. However,
unbelievable. You picked Alabama. Unbelievable. Never.
However,
God, you're such an idiot.
Georgia is due for a national championship now. I'm going for Alabama. I want Alabama to win. I want Alabama to beat Georgia's ass. However, just like when Clemson played Alabama,
when Georgia wins,
when
Georgia wins,
see what I can do. You see what I can do? I can mute him. Yeah, keep talking. What?
Hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, if Georgia wins, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be upset because it's been 41 years.
Oh, yeah. You're going to need some.
See that? See what I can do? You can keep unmuting him, Sting. I can just mute him back. I'm not going to be upset if Georgia wins. Okay? I'm going to be happy for you because a lot of Georgia fans, I can understand why Georgia fans are upset with Alabama. However, I just want to say that, I mean, if I was in the same boat, I'd be upset with Bama too. But, most of the Georgia fans have a lot of class, and I think they deserve a national championship. But I'm going for Alabama. I think Alabama's going to pull it off. But if Georgia wins, I'm not going to be upset. Go ahead.
No way you're picking Alabama. Unbelievable. Well, I got your pack of diapers here for you. And I got your bottles all ready for you. I'm going to get on Amazon and send it to you Prime so you can have it right for the game time. You'll be okay, princess. Don't worry about it. Got you some blinds, some diapers, and a bottle. Right?
Sting, do not mute me again.
I'm going to let you sleep with your Tua video. I'm even going to let you sleep with your little Tua.
Spencer's put, not this year, sir. The roll damn tide. We're bringing the yellow hammer. Yes, sir. I believe that too.
I'm done trash talking you. I'm done trash talking.
Well, nobody heard you, but we muted you when you was trash talking. So, anyway, Stingray, who you got?
I'm going with Georgia.
Yeah, shocker. Clemson Tom, who you got?
Really?
You got Georgia. Alabama? Okay, cool.
I got Alabama losing. Yes, I'm picking Alabama to lose. Yes.
But hold on, we got a text from Vince.
Look.
Well, hold on,
Sting.
Sting. We got a text from Vince. Vince Papale just told us, tell your boys awesome to hang out with y'all. And tell Clemson Tom that his hairline is messed up. Okay, thank you, Vince. True story.
Yeah, I got a text from Vince too. Joey's a jackass. Please don't have him on next time. You got it, Vince. Don't worry.
All right, so the Rose Bowl. What's going on with the Rose Bowl, Sting?
Today is the 16th year anniversary of the Vince Young scramble to win the Rose Bowl game and the last memorable moment for the Texas Longhorns. So that got me to thinking, what is the best ever Rose Bowl game in history? Tom, I will let you go first.
Honestly, I got to say that game. I mean, that one still goes down. Even when you play, NCAA football on PlayStation or Xbox, whatever it was, that was one of the games that was like you could go and see if you could play as USC and see if you could stop Vince. It went down as one of the greatest games ever. I mean, it went back and forth. I mean, you had Reggie Bush pitching it back for some reason. Texas picked with a fumble. You had Texas, or was it? It was USC going for it on 4th and 1. Texas stopped them. Texas marches down. I mean, it just went back and forth. It was honestly a heavyweight bout. It was Frazier Ali. It literally came down to who had the ball last. And USC did have the ball last, and Liner couldn't do anything with it. You had Lindell White, who couldn't get that clutch 4th and 1. And if y'all remember Lindell White, that's all he was known for. He was just giving the ball. He's going to get you at least 3 yards. He was great on the goal line. But that has to go down as one of the best Rose Bowls. Another one that I absolutely adored was Oregon beating Florida State because I hate Jameis Winston.
Yes.
I just laughed at that one. That was nothing like they would go to throw he would go to throw a pass. It would fall out of his hand. That was just karma finally coming back to get Jameis. 'Cause I just don't like Jameis at all.
Joey?
But that was a fun one for me.
I mean, I have to agree with Tom. The USC Texas game. The one thing I remember was with Matthew McConaughey and Will Ferrell doing the intro. That was pretty funny. But another thing I remember was Vince Young. I mean, he was untouched for 8 yards into the end zone for he basically won the game. I mean, with 19 seconds left on the clock. I mean, I was jumping up and down. I don't care about Texas. I didn't care about USC. But I mean, if you was a football fan, that was the game to watch that season. And, give it up for Vince Young and the Texas Longhorns. That was their season. But everybody was, the 2000s were controlled by Florida and USC. And, I was so happy for Texas to win the national championship. I was tired of USC. Not that I had nothing against USC. It just, I really wanted Texas to win. And
they dominated. I mean, they were great back then, though. But yeah. I think Texas sold their soul to the devil because they haven't been anything since then. And I don't even know what Vince Young's doing now.
All right, guys. I get that was a good game, but not so fast, my friend. I'm actually going with this team back in 2018
against Oklahoma
when they took on Baker Mayfield.
Told you.
And the Oklahoma Sooners went into double overtime. And if you will remember, Oklahoma was a huge favorite in that game, and nobody gave Georgia, Fromm, Kirby, or any of the Bulldogs a chance to win that game.
Forgot about that.
They came out and showed the SEC is big time, boys and girls. I'm going with that Georgia-Oklahoma game from 2018 as the best Rose Bowl game ever.
Well,
that was a good one, Steve.
It was a good one.
About that game.
Well, we got some happy news for me, but some sad news for the millions and millions that watch this show. The hairline's leaving for a little while. It's going to take a break. It's going to go get fanned out from the win or whatever the hairline does. gonna do something. I don't know what he's gonna do, but damn it, he's gonna have to take a break for a little bit. So we're gonna give Clemson Tom a chance to talk and tell him what he's gonna be doing for the next couple of months. But before I let him talk, I just want to tell you on a personal level, you know, on camera we give each other shit and everything, but you're one of the biggest reasons why CTS has gotten this far. And you know, I'm gonna tell you straight up, kayfabe, this is a straight shoot. I love you. You are somebody that I appreciate working with, and I'm gonna miss you. And you know, you're not leaving, but you're just taking a break. But when you come back, it's gonna be a fun time again, and I can't wait for August and September to come back and you be back on the show. But until then, you know, you can go fuck yourself. That's it.
Hey,
Everything you said, right back at you.
Yeah, I got one more thing to say real quick. Tonight, we got one more bowl game, guys. Right here. LSU, Kansas State, 8 o'clock Central. Who y'all got?
LSU all the way.
I'm rolling
LSU.
Even though they are down to 39 scholarship players, I still think the second string and third string LSU could still beat the Big 12.
Well, before we start talking about that, let's go to the one segment at a time. Comes Tom, go ahead and tell everybody what you're doing.
Well, as you guys know, I talk about it pretty much every week. My son is kind of taken off when it comes to golf, and he's gotten to the point where he's really good. So come home from work, literally pull into the driveway, walk in the door, yell his name, kiss my wife, walk out the door at the golf course. We live right here on the golf course where he takes his lessons. So it's right here, but you know, we do a show at 7 o'clock. I come in from the golf course, 6:30, put it on. I got this whole thing. So he's got tournaments every weekend. Y'all are brothers this season. Yeah, I feel like thanks, man. But with him, it's every weekend. We're at the golf course, especially with the season kind of coming up with the new tours. He qualified for the Irish Open, so it just means I got to be a little bit more of a dad, a little bit more of a caddy. And so everything else. So my attention is just kind of has to shift a little bit for a few months and, you know, give it back to the fam. And we have Hendrix, and I still have Caitlin, I have the dogs. So it's my attention just needs to be shifted a little bit more. But, I mean, I'm not going anywhere. We're just taking a break. Who's to say I'm not going to come on here for March Madness and the Final Four and to do all that stuff. But it's just a little tough, you know, once a week with how he's starting to kick some butt. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, ESPN could be going back to the podcast going, here's Xander when he was with the 3rd and 3, you know, heckling Joey about him being that ugly. But even though my hairline's a little back, you know, it's not bad. But if Joey could just take his hat off real quick, you know, and give me can I get a one hat salute real quick? Full salute.
Anyway, bro. Sting, tell us again about LSU.
I think you should. You want to talk about hairlines? I mean, you couldn't join the Army because you were saluting from back here, pal. You'd be like, yes, sir. I mean, your hairline's so bad when you dream, it's an IMAX, bro. It's like 4K HD. You can't move to Myrtle Beach, bro. You know how much if he moves to Myrtle Beach, you know how much money I'm investing in suntan lotion? Because he's gonna be like this, bud. It's gonna be all over.
All right, guys, real quick.
You can't keep up with the trash talk, David.
What did y'all get for Christmas?
I'm from Phoenix City.
What did y'all get for Christmas?
I didn't get. I got one present. I got a Atlanta Falcon fleece and an Atlanta Falcon cat from Stingray.
Hang on, I gotta find a place to put it. But hang on, let me go over here.
Really, Spencer? After I tell you, you're part of the family.
Hey, buddy, don't mess with him. I don't know how to turn the camera around. There it is. That's a signed jersey by Dexter Lawrence. We just
That
put it in
costs a
a
little
frame
bit
to
of
see how
money.
it looked like. I gotta get a professional. Yeah, we decided to buy that, not new blinds, so it wasn't too bad.
No, true story. I spent
like-
over $1,000 getting a championship belt and get it signed by Hulk Hogan and everything, and I still haven't got it framed. Well, the belt costs a little bit of money, and and then
was it
you
like
had
the
to
real
pay.
deal, kind of a WWE kind of belt?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's made with 4mm
How much was the Stone Cold one? Like 10,000?
No, well, you got to get it signed by Hogan. So
You know he's in Orlando like all the time. When
dude,
you come
that's
here,
where I got this
you
sign.
gotta go to the store.
When we went to in 2018, when we went to Disney World, first place we went was the Hogan B shop to drop this off, and it took about 4 weeks. It took about 4 weeks to them to mail it. They give you a picture of him holding the belt.
Yeah,
it's a cool deal.
Yeah, the whole nine. Yeah.
So that was the first place we went, and I got it signed. But I realized I could have got me like a Tim Tebow jersey or a Scottie Pippen jersey.
You could have bought. You could have put down
less.
Like 10% down on a Stone Cold Steve Austin belt. Yeah. Well, Stone Cold's a better wrestler than Hulk Hogan, so like his belt.
We're not
would be
getting
like
into
a
that
lot
bullshit,
more,
ladies and gentlemen. Stingray, you got anything to say? We know Hulk Hogan is the man.
I do have something to show.
He was.
This,
and then Stone Cold showed up.
Right back there, those lights was part of my Christmas gift. And of course, you know me, I got to get another display for the cowbell collection.
Dear son, bring me
more cowbell. I got a Bluetooth speaker with it.
The only thing I got was a fleece.
I got a Bluetooth speaker from Sting.
Yeah, Sting was the only person that bought me Christmas. Thank you, Sting. Appreciate it, because I got so many damn kids.
I go, Sting, what you want for Christmas? He's like, I don't want anything. I'm like, I gotta figure something out.
You know what happened? We was going to send him something, and I said, nah, this is too cheap. And I gave it to somebody else, and then I just ended up giving him like a gift card for like $50. And I was like, man, that's because Sting, I knew Sting was going to come correct with my present. So I was like, and then I still didn't.
Sting, when you come to Orlando.
Spencer said because Stone Cold said so. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to go. We're past 8 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure working with Clemson Tom. I hope we're definitely going to do it again. Stingray, who's been wrong all year long, he's going to be back next Tuesday with our new host, whoever it's going to be. We haven't found him yet. And
I know who it is.
Who is it? Vince Papale?
I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. No, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys.
Xander.
No, it's not Xander.
Ladies and gentlemen, catch us Thursday with the new show, Rolling with the Tide, with me and Tyler. And then after that, it's Bamber Brigade with Joe and Clacker. And then, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 3rd and 3. This is the CTS Network. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. And one more time, Clemson Time, we'll see you next time. Come on.
Hang on real quick before we go. Go follow Xander on Instagram at the Xander Wilson. Xander with an X. So we'll be all over the country and the world coming up soon for his golf. So I'm a proud papa. I gotta play with my boy.
And I got to say one more thing. I was wrong last year, but I'm starting out the year 2-0, baby. LSU and Georgia win football games this week. See y'all later.
Go Tigers.